What's up? What's up? What's up, social media family? How y'all doing? It's your boy, your big brother, your little brother. It just depends on the situation, but it's your boy, Noble Alexander in the building. How y'all doing? How y'all doing? I'm feeling good, man. I'm blessed. I'm here. I'm on this side of the ground, so therefore, this gives me another opportunity to get some things right and get some things going, okay? But first and foremost, you know how we open up. We want to start off by saying, Hotep, Salam Alaikum, Shalom, peace and blessings, Ashe, Ashe, Ashe. Welcome to another edition of I will slap the sense in you. It's your boy. It's your boy. So today's topic, I feel like it's very important. Today's topic is co-parenting. Co-parenting. I think that it's something to discuss. I think that that's something that needs to be discussed. First and foremost, full disclosure. Full disclosure. On this show to slap the sense into you. This ain't to slap the out of you. Okay, this ain't a sign, a slap of disrespect. This is to wake you up, get your pineal gland going, because it might be a little calcified. We eat cheese, we eat milk, we do a lot of little things that may kind of shut down certain parts of our brain that won't allow us to think properly. So your big brother, your little brother, man, I'm just here to help you think. Okay, I'm here to wake you up. I'm here to give you some awareness or another train of thought into some things. All right. So today's topic is co-parenting. Why do I believe that co-parenting is important? Or I believe everybody should believe and understand that co-parenting is important. So today I do have some numbers and some statistics that I do want to go over and share with y'all today. Okay. So we want to talk about today. We're gonna because of I'm gonna try to keep this about an hour. Might go a little bit over because it's because of the topic that we're discussing, because we want to talk about co-parenting. We want to talk about the effects of not co-parenting properly and coming up in a what it's like for the children coming up in a single parent household versus a two parent household. And we want to discuss some possible solutions. you know because none of us is perfect, and none of this stuff doesn't come with a manual. Okay, so you're gonna kind of see me looking down at some things because I'm just gonna be reading some information to share. Because this is not just stuff that I'm making up. Okay, I don't have to make up nothing, and I don't get no rewards or any type of cookies or anything for what I'm doing. Okay, if anything, I'm pissing a lot of people off, which I don't give a damn, because that's what this show is about. This show is about addressing the elephant in the room. We're going to have the tough conversations, all right? So there's no fear here. I follow my conductor, which is we know who that is, and I fear no danger, all right? So with that being said, let's get into co-parenting. So first of all, let's start off with, what is co-parenting? Now, some people think that co-parenting is just it's just when you have children with somebody that you're no longer with, and you still have to make parental decisions, with the other parent based upon that child's life. But co-parenting is also people that are married that have to learn how to work together, to coexist, to get both parents are bringing what they're bringing to the table. So you got to bring it together in unison to bring up a child. Okay. So it's not just for the record, co-parenting is not just two people that were once together that had children or a child and they separated. It's also people that are married. Okay. People that are married. All right. So let's get into this. Let's get into this topic, the co-parenting. It's not easy, man. Bringing up kids is not easy, man. There's no manual that comes with this. It's like you really just learning on the fly. And I think that as a parent, because I have children, I think you get, from my understanding, from what I see, you do get better, as you have, from like your first child to your second child or your third or your fourth, depending on where you at. I think you get more seasoned, you become more experienced, so you know what and what not to do. I think with the first child, the oldest, I think the oldest child, sometimes I can see why the oldest child might have some resentment towards the second, the middle child, the youngest child, because things might be better for them. The older child looking like, well, damn, y'all didn't do that for me when I was, coming up or whatnot. And that may possibly very well be true. But it's again, it's the fact that there's no manual for parenting. You just pretty much just winging it, and your heart is involved. So that's the number one asset that you have, is your heart is involved. So you're doing any and everything that you feel at that moment or think at that time that is the best for your child. And sometimes it is, sometimes it's not. And we all make mistakes. I've definitely made my mistakes. I can share one of my mistakes as a parent, because I am a martial artist, and I have definitely taught my children some things. And so, one of the things that I've made a mistake on is being sensei and being a dad. You know what I'm saying? Once I started teaching, it was just like I was sensei all the time. And I kind of ran my kids off from from training because I was sensei all the time. And I for kind of because my heart was in my mind was like, okay, I love y'all. And then in my mind, I'm like, you need structure, you need discipline, you need commitment. And I know what the martial arts has done for me. So I want to pass this on to you. But I forgot too, I'm dad. Dad got to be cool, relax, fun, and still be disciplined and structured. But I just couldn't do it all the time. So I definitely, I definitely had to learn there. Okay, I definitely had to learn. So that was a mistake that I grew from. Um, you know, I also learned about the discipline, being a disciplinarian. Excuse me. Um, I'm traditional in a lot of ways. So I come from that, spirit of rod, spoiled a child situation. So I believe in that. But at the same time, you gotta be able to make adjustments and talk to your children and handle things in a different manner, especially as they get older, especially dealing with little girls, especially dealing with females and girls. Because I have a child, she's going on 15. So I definitely had to make an adjustment there. And it was very challenging. And it can get very challenging because that mouth, woo, and you sitting there, you'll be looking at the parent, you'll be like, who in the heck or what who you think you know what I'm saying? Who you think you talking to, right? But it's an adjustment. But nonetheless, I believe it's a huge honor being a parent. Um, and I love it. And I thank God for blessing me to be able to be that, to be a father. And I think that anybody that is a parent has a huge opportunity to, whatever you did wrong in your life, you can kind of make amends for it by bringing your child up in the right way, not necessarily living through them and trying to force them to do things that they don't want to do, but certain little errors that you had, you can make sure that your child stay away from that. So anyway, let's get back onto to the topic here. I just wanted to share that. I don't mind sharing stuff, with my audience. So hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. This is the co-parenting edition. So one thing that I noticed about co-parenting that's important, going back to like the discipline of the child, is the fact that and this is like whether the parents are together or not. If the child, if the child is on punishment, let's just go with the parents are not together, right? In this scenario, if the child does something over one of the parents' house, doesn't matter which one, and if that parent says, "Okay, you're on punishment, and I'm taking away your phone, and I'm doing this, I'm doing that," it's important for the other parent to support that, support that, and not, okay, now that the child's going over to dad's house or mom's house for the weekend, you're not on punishment anymore. You know what I mean? Because that creates a division. So come here, let me talk to you for a minute. Why is that important? Ah, I will slap the sense into you, because you got to understand that when you do it like that and you don't allow the child to see a consistency, they're going to think like, oh, okay, well, mommy said this and daddy's saying this, and so now I'm gonna play in between the two. You can't allow kids to do that. You can't allow kids to do that. No, sir. You cannot allow that. They need consistency. So if your mom puts you on punishment, you on punishment with your dad. Or if your dad puts you on punishment, you on punishment with your mom. Unfortunately, too many times, and I'm not going to try to bash. This is not about bashing. This is just about facts. And I got a lot of statistics to bring up too. So we're going to talk about statistics in a minute. Um, Too many times, like if the child is on punishment over here, then the other parents like they're being more lax. So if the father took away the phone and they go to mom's house and mom giving them back the phone, nah, mom, don't give them back the phone. If the father took away that phone and said that child is on punishment, that child is on punishment. Do not give them back that phone, because these children are naturally going to be looking for a way out. You got to co-parent that thing. Y'all can have your own sidebar conversation, okay? And you may not agree or whatever, but if the verdict is the kid is on punishment, the kid is on punishment, man. And you gotta hold them accountable. You gotta hold their feet to the flame. That's how a child grows and learns and develop, and they get to gain integrity and morals and principles. Because if you just letting them off the hook, then all they can steal something out of the grocery store and feel like, oh well, my mom tripping but my dad ain't, or my dad's tripping but my mom not. You know what I mean? That's not co-parenting. People gotta coexist this thing to bring these children up. Again, it's not a manual, but we got to be able to check our egos and our pride, because it's so difficult. It's so difficult. It's so difficult. And ladies, I love y'all, but it's let's be real. Most of the time, if there is a custody battle, the courts are in your favor, especially a child in their young age. And it kind of makes sense. They're in that nurturing stage where they kind of may need their mother. They're 5, they're 6, they're 7. So they need to be around their mother. So there's really no need to put the child in the father's custody the majority of the time at such a young age. That's just my personal belief, because of the younger nurturing stages. Now, when they get older, it's a little different. But right then and there, I can see that. But that does not give you the right to be like this dictator. Okay? You can't be this dictator and feel like, yeah, I'm empowered. No, you're not. You're not empowered. Okay? God is watching. There is the Most High. Whether you believe in God or not, there's such things as energy, spirits, the ancestors. I don't care what you subscribe to. It's all watching you. That eye is watching you. So you cannot be like that, because this ain't nothing personal. You may not like the person that you was with no longer, vice versa. But when it comes to the children, you may not like me. But that doesn't mean that because you don't like me, I'm not a good father. That does not mean that. And so you can't bring that into the relationship with this child and getting now you playing this. Oh, you not getting along? Well, where you're not saying the child. Come here. I will slap the sense in you because I'm gonna show you some statistics today. We're gonna read some statistics today about family structure and the importance of this. All right, this co-parenting thing that we talking about is gonna get real deep in today's episode. All right, right now I'm just kind of laying the groundwork, but we got to be able to work together because it's important. This is for the future. This is both of our child. This is not just your child. This child has chromosomes. Half of it is you, half of it is the other parent. Whether the child looks like the mother or the father or a combination of both, the child may look like you, but act like him. Look like her, you know what I'm saying, and vice versa. You know, and that's just what it is. That's life. So we have to do a better job at co-parenting and pulling our emotions and our fucking ego and our silly ass pride and our stupidity and our lack of communication out of it. We have to start doing that, okay? It's very important. So I want to go over some statistics here on why it's important to not just co-parent, but realistically, why it's important to go back to the traditional sense of having children by someone you're locked in with. Okay? Whether you want to call it a marriage, what partnership, whatever. We in this modern stuff, we got so much different terms and understand this for bullshit. Okay. The point is there are numbers that show why it is important for a child to grow up in a two-parent household situation, or at least have both parents involved versus one. So I'm gonna start right here. This is from the Office of Juvenile Justice and Delinquency Prevention. Okay, and so it says poverty status of children by family structure. This was a structure. This was a study done in 2021. Okay, it says living arrangements. So this is going to cover all types of living arrangements. We have two parents. We have married, unmarried, single parent, mother only, father only, neither parent. So this is a living arrangement for the child. There's either two parents or there's a married couple, unmarried, single parent, mother only, father only, neither parent. And this is covering the age of children under 18. All right. So it says that the percentage below poverty level for two parents is 9.5%. I'm going to say it again. The percent below poverty level for two parents is 9.5. A married couple is 7.5. So when you say two parents, that could be like a stepdad, you know, stepmom, stepdad, but as long as there's two parents in the household. Then you got an actual married couple. So this is like the biological, like the parents that's in the house. This is the actual father and the actual mother, not a stepdad or nothing, or a mom. It's 7.5. So it's actually lower. Now look at this. It jumps up. Unmarried. It jumps up to 37.5. God damn. What? Come here. I will slap the sense into you. Stop going around here. I'm not going to say no names. I ain't got to. But for people that's going around here, I don't need no this. I don't need no that. Can't nobody tell me nothing. I'm a boss, this, that, and the other. You ain't getting along with people. You single out here by yourself. Look, two parents, percent below poverty level is 9.5. Married is 7.5. Then it skyrockets up from unmarried to 37.5%. Then you got a single parent at 31.7. Now check this. Then you got a household with mothers only, 35% below poverty level. 35%. Then it drops down drastically with when there's just the father. So you got the single mothers, you got the houses that's ran by just mothers, and now it's getting into the houses that's ran by just the father. 17.4. So it went down. It went down a lot. It went down from 35 below poverty level if you just have a mother to 17.4% if you just have a father. And then it shoots back up if you have no parents, neither parents, maybe like your grandparents or a foster home situation, 28.4%. It shoots back up. That's a lot. That's a lot. So now we're going to get into the next category. It says food stamps. It says percent of all children receiving food stamps. Now listen. Two parents, the children are of the children that come from two parent households, 12.6%. The percentage of children receiving food stamps from a married couple, 11.2%, which is actually the lowest. Now it skyrockets back up to unmarried at 32.6%. Then single parents, 41.1%. And the highest one is a single mother household at 45.5%. That the people on food stamps receiving a social service, 45.5% coming from single mothers. And then look, it dramatically drops again from the fathers again. It goes down to 21.8 and then shoots back up to 31.9% when you're dealing with a household that has neither parent. So when a child grows up with no mother, no father, maybe it's a grandparent, an uncle, a friend, or they're in foster care, 31.9% of those children will receive food stamps. Okay? Listen. This is not trying to insult anybody. And this is definitely not to say that there's not the far few and in between, because I know I hate people that's always, well, what about me? Look at me. I turned out right. Come here. Let me talk to you for a minute. Ugh! I will slap the sense into you. Numbers do not lie. This is not, get your pride, get your ego out the way. This topic is about co-parenting and the importance of it and the importance of coming out here, having children by somebody you're going to be locked in with, rather than just having 5 baby daddies and 4 baby mamas. This shit needs to stop. We need to stop that. All right, because I got some stats, and this is just the one. I'm not even gotten into the criminals. I'm just talking about poverty and the people on food stamps. I ain't even gotten to the statistics about criminals just yet. Oh boy, you're gonna get your feelings hurt playing with me. Public assistance category. So if a child is born in a 2-parent household, 1.3% of those children receive public assistance. If they're married, 1.2. If they come from an unmarried household, it's 2.7. So you will say, well, what's unmarried? That's like the uh the uh the children have both their parents, but they're not married. They like separated, right? A single parent household, look how it shoots up to 6.3. A mother only household with just a mother, 7.3% of those kids will be on public assistance, right? The father, with just the father being the head of the household, it drops down dramatically to 2.0. Then it shoots back up to 7.1 if you have neither parent, meaning again, if you know, your grandparents, your uncle, auntie, whoever raised you, you know what I'm saying? What do we notice for sure? We see that the lowest stats of everything that I've covered the lowest stats are married. So being married clearly is the best option. Come here. I will slap the sense in you. Stop going around here talking about you don't need this, you don't need that. Being married is the best statistical option for a child to grow and become something in life and stay away from poverty, stay away from food stamps. Do you have kids just to have their ass to grow up to be on EBT and GR and shit? Come here. I didn't think so. I would slap the sense into you. Stop being stupid. I don't give a damn what your ego and your pride is talking about. I don't care. I don't care because it's creating a problem in society. It's too many people being born like this. This is ridiculous, man. Y'all can't check y'all egos and pride enough. Now, don't get it twisted. Don't get it twisted. I myself fall into these categories. I sure do. And there's not a day goes by that I wish that when I had my children, I was not married, and I still would like to be so one day. And I'm just being real. But so I'm not, above, but I recognize I'm willing to see, like, damn, like this is important. I'm not sitting up here intentionally doing stuff and being delusional about the outcome of things. That's stupid. All right. So the lowest percentage is the married couple. The married couple got the best stats. And unfortunately, single households that are ran by women at the head of the household, they got the worst. They got the worst stats. They got the highest number across the board out of every category. Out of every category. And the house and the households that are ran by a father with no mother, as opposed to a mother with no father, they real low. They way lower than the mothers. And this is not this ain't a bashing of, so don't come on here with that, oh, you female. I am not female bashing. I am reading from the Office of Juvenile Justice and Delinquency Prevention. This was a study that they did in 2021. Okay. So I'm not trying to be funny. So let me read some more stats and information from y'all, because I want to, again, we just want to bring awareness, man. You're going to date people. You're going to meet a man, is going to meet a woman, women, y'all going to meet men, but that doesn't mean have children with people. Okay? Having children should be like how you save for a car, how you prepare to buy a car, you prepare to buy a house. That's how you should have a child. You should have a child with somebody that you know is worthy of your womb, worthy of your DNA, that you're going to plant your seed in, and y'all have a plan like, okay, in the next year or two, we're going to have a kid. Let's save $500 a month, $1,000 a month, whatever we're going to do. Let's save that up for a year or two, so that'll give us about 10, 15,000, $20,000 cushion, something like that. You know, prepare for it, plan it. Don't just be out here because the cookie jar good, the eggplant is good, and it's just no holds bars, and it's just like shoot the club up, and you let them shoot the club up. Come on, man. Be responsible for your ability to produce life that comes out of your body. Be responsible of having the ability to plant a seed in a woman, and from there, life starts to develop. I mean, damn. Shit. What is wrong with some of y'all, man? Trauma. But we finna get into that. Right? So it says some research suggests that children who don't live with both biological parents may be more likely to experience certain issues, such as poverty, behavioral and psychological problems, not graduating from high school, health problems such as accidents, injuries, and poisonings. So that's like, poisonings, that sounds like some suicides, reckless, just not really caring about your life enough to where you just put yourself in danger driving, just because you just psychologically damaged, right? So again, it says some research suggests that children who don't live with both biological parents may be more likely to experience certain issues such as poverty, behavioral and psychological problems, not graduating from high school, health problems such as accidents, injuries, and poisonings. Come here. I know. Been getting slapped enough a little bit. We got a whole lot of slapping to do up in here. I will slap the sense in you. What does that sound like? What community does that sound like? Some people will say, well, it sounds like the Black community. Okay. You might be right. I got some stats on that too. We gonna get funky today. But you know what? Put it to you like this. Palm Beach, Florida, mansions. You got to have money to live in Palm Beach, Florida. You got to have money to live in Palos Verdes. You got to have money to live in Bel Air, Hollywood, Beverly Hills, the Hamptons, anywhere in America where it's like the houses are 5, 10, 15, 20 million dollars and up. You have to have money. And in those communities, when you look at 95% of the people who live in those communities, do you know what those people are? I'm going to help you. Come here. I'm your brother. Don't get offended. I'm your little brother or your big brother. It just depends on the situation. We're having a conversation. Don't get mad. Don't take it personal. But I will slap the sense in you. Those people are fucking married. Those people are married. Those are married couples. You're not finna go to too many wealthy communities, and the people that got $15 million houses, $20 million houses, those people not married. Those people are married. Those people are married. Now let's bring it down. Certain sections in Chicago, LA, New York, Harlem, Bronx, Watts, Compton, Inglewood, South Central, where you're going to find some poverty, certain wards in Louisiana. I mean, come on now. We know what the hood is. I ain't got to name everything. Poverty stricken, right? And what are we going to find there predominantly? Single parent households. Single parent households. And let's be real, even the ladies brag about it. Oh, well, we're the ones who are predominantly the head of these households nowadays. Oh, okay. Like we was just reading. All of these statistics, the high stats on poverty, food stamps, public assistance, coming from y'all kids. Coming from you being by yourself, having these kids. Poverty-stricken areas in the hood, the urban communities, wherever it's poor. Why? What's going on? What does it say? I'm going to read it again. It says, some research suggests that children who do not live with both biological parents are more likely to experience certain issues such as poverty, behavioral and psychological problems, not graduating from high school, health problems such as accidents, injuries, and poisonings. Where are the gangbangers at? Do they got hoods? Do they got gangs in Palm Beach? I'm not saying that there's not gangs in Florida. I'm talking about where those houses are 30, 40, 50 million dollar houses. Is there a gang right there on that street? Come here. No, it ain't. Is there a gang in South Central? On every corner. On every corner. What are the gangbangers? They're in poverty. They got behavioral issues. They got psychological problems. They ain't graduating from high school. They got health problems, accidents, injuries, and poisonings. They're drinking 40, smoking weed, popping pills, popping mollies, taking fentanyl. Every drug that you can think of, them gangbangers are selling it and taking it. Why? I will slap the sense into you because they don't have both of their fucking parents in their house. Stop walking around here talking about you don't need no man. You can do it all by yourself. No, you can't. Why would you want to win? Why would you intentionally put a child coming new into this world at a disadvantage? Let me tell you something. I can see with one eye. I can hear with one ear. I can breathe with one lung. My body can still work off one kidney. But you know, if I had both my eyes, now I can see a whole 360. If I had both of my ears, now I can hear everything. If I got both of my lungs, now I can receive more oxygen. It is better to have both than to have one. So why are you so happy and celebrating doing some shit by yourself when all you got to do is be more responsible about who you either plant your seed in or who you allow into your most heavenly, holy womb to allow him to plant his seed in? Come here. This is your fault. I'll slap the sense into you. This is your fault. This is your fault. Don't blame nobody else. This is your fault. You made your bed, you lay in it. You can get mad at me all you want. I don't give a damn. I don't care. You need to do a better job at what you're doing with your body, male and female. Male and female. It's crazy. Let's see what else we got here. In 2022, this is sad. In 2022, the percentage of children living with both married birth parents vary by race, with Asian children having the highest percentage at 81%. So 81% of Asians are married. And listen, I don't even need the stats to see this. I live it. I see Asians, the Koreans, the Chinese, the Japanese, the Filipinos. They got a family structure. They don't, and there's more Asians than that. I'm just naming a couple. They believe in marriage. They believe in coming together. When you even go in their communities, I'm talking about in their communities. Like, for example, I'm out here in LA. There's a section of LA called Carson. There's a lot of Filipinos live in Carson. You don't see no damn homeless people out there. You don't see no whole bunch of homeless Filipino people sleeping on the corners, laying on the bus stop. No, you don't. No, you don't. So look at this. 81% of Asians are married. 70% of whites are married. 55% of Hispanics are married. 51% of multiracial people are married. 33% of blacks are married. Why do we always got to have like the worst? Like we always number one when it comes to the bad shit. Why do we always got to be like that? And I mean, it take pride in it too. I mean, it will take pride in it too. I don't need no this. I don't need this. I don't need him. I don't need her. 33% of blacks are married. 55% of Hispanics are married. 70% of whites are married. 81% of Asians are married. Huh? We're losing. Didn't I just tell you that when you go to those nice communities and you see those big $1 million houses, those people are married? Those people not just living by themselves? Yeah, you might see one or two far few in between situations because maybe more than likely they was left that house. Somebody died, the husband died, the wife died, their parents had the money, left them the house. But even to maintain all that shit, when you go to those communities and you see that driveway and they got like the circle, the little the horseshoe driveway, and they got the Porsche, the Lambo, the Range Rover truck all around the driveway. Do you know you gotta be married to have that type of lifestyle? You want to be a single parent, you're gonna have a Honda. And I ain't even shitting on people that drive Hondas. I'm not. I'm not shitting on people that ride Hondas and Fords and Nissans and shit. I'm not, because I want one. Save me some gas. But I'm just saying, you want everybody I want this, I want that. Well, if you're a woman, get you a husband. You a man, get you that wife, get you your queen. What you mean? What's wrong with if she make 100,000, he make 50,000? Oh, he broke. He can't. I can do bad by myself. How? You just added $50,000 more to your income. If he make 100 and you make 50, you just added and y'all got 150 together. Either way, what is the problem? How do you calculate you can do it better by yourself? Isn't 150,000 more than 100,000? Come here. I will slap the sense in you. I could have sworn that 150K, and these are just numbers that I'm making up, hypotheticals, is more than 100. So where do you get off figuring you can do bad all by yourself? You doing bad. Look at your son. The nigga's a game banger. Your son is from where? He's a blood crip from where? He done shot and killed who? Now you spending money on the lawyers and all this stuff? What you talking about? Every time you hear gunshots, pa 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 pa, you should think to yourself, I wonder the person that's pulling that trigger, does he have a father? And 80% of the time, 90% of the time, it's going to be no. Because if he had a father or both parents, that child would not be out there being a menace to society. Most of the gangbangers that you see out there are menace to society. They don't have no father figures. They don't have a dad in their life, and they hurt. That's why they smoke, drink, shoot, kill, can't get along, mad at somebody because they looking at me. Oh, he or she looking at me. So what? So what? Because you're being emotional. You was raised up being around your mama. You saw how she handles things, which is natural because that's a woman. But here you are, you a guy, and so your daddy would have taught you, just because somebody's looking at you, son, does not mean you go act a fool. Well, daddy, he was talking crazy about me. Son, where is he talking crazy to you at? Is he in your face talking crazy to you, or is he standing across the street talking crazy? Well, he was standing across the street. Okay, son. Well, that means he don't want no smoke, son. If he wanted to smoke, son, he would have brought you. He would have brought it to you, son, because you got to bring ass to get ass, son. See, a man gonna teach that. That's why it's important to have a male in the house. This ain't about bashing. This is facts. These are statistics. I'm showing you the numbers. I'm reading it to you right now. What are we talking about here? It says, what race has the highest single parent rate? Damn. Do I really got to say it? It says black. Like poverty rates, the prevalence of single motherhood among children also varies across ethno-racial lines, and these trends have been fairly stable from 1995 to 2018. Single mother prevalence remain highest among Black children, followed by Latino children, and then by white children. You can't make this shit up. You can't make this up. This again, this ain't about slapping the shit out of you. I'm trying to slap the sense into you. We gotta wake up. We gotta wake up. We gotta do better. We gotta want to do better. We gotta want to see our communities doing better. You gotta want to see your family doing better. I'm just saying. It's a lot of people out there talking about some who they don't need, what they don't need. I don't. The cemetery doesn't suggest that. The prison and the penitentiary and the county's jail systems don't say that. These kids need both their parents. These kids need both their parents. We need to do a better job. We need to do a better job. It says, what race has the lowest marriage rate? For whites, it's 55% of men and 52.4% of women were married. More than 48% of all Black women and 51% of Black men have never been married. I'm damn near done right there, man. Come here. I will slap the sense in you. When did we stop? What era was it when we stopped promoting being married? When we stopped going to war? Because prior, was it the 80s when all the crack and the gangs and stuff got out of control? Was it that? Was it right after the civil rights movement? Just what the? It's right up in there. Because it makes no sense. Like I said, the cemetery ain't lying. The county jail, the prisons, the penitentiaries, they're not lying. They know they know all these inmates in here. They know who come from a married background with two parents, whether it be biological step parents. They know who comes from a background where they ain't had no parents. The household was ran by the mom or the father. They know this is where all these statistics is coming from. All right. I'm just saying. I think we just live in a time of a lot of ego, pride, and narcissistic mental development. We're not committed. We're not. You know what? I've heard people say on other shows and podcasts. I've heard people say, I don't see how my grandmother, grandma put up with Pawpaw all these years. I wouldn't have done it. You wouldn't have done it. That's why your family structure is the way it is right now. Come here, let me talk to you for a minute. I will slap the sense of you. If it wasn't for your grandma and your grandfather staying together and being committed and dealing with each other through all of the storm, better or worse, sickness and health, death do y'all part, y'all wouldn't have went through college. All those houses that your family got, your grandparents accumulated that shit. How you think your daddy and them got the house that they got? How you think y'all been going to college? Because of the foundation that your grandparents laid down. being married to one another, sticking by one another. In spite of, did Papa probably cheat on grandma? I'm pretty sure there was some cheating. But guess what? Just like always, you only hear about what Papa did. You ain't hear about what grandma did. Grandma did some stuff too. Don't you think for 1 minute in 50 years of them being married, my grandparents were married for 70 years. Shout out to my grandparents, rest in peace. On my father's side, they was married for 70 years. 70. Okay? Yeah, we heard about some stuff Papa did. Guess what? Come to find out, grandma did some stuff too. I'm not okaying it. I'm not saying it's cool. I'm not saying every married couple does that, but I am grateful to have that example of commitment, though. I am grateful because to this day, the houses that my family has in our possession comes from the foundation work that my grandparents laid. And if it was not for their commitment, whatever is bad now would have been worse. Okay? It says, I looked up something else. It says, what is the number one cause of divorce? It says, lack of commitment is the most common reason given by divorcing couples, according to a recent national survey. Because don't nobody want to put up with nothing. Soon as one little thing don't go your way, I can't deal with her. I can't deal with him. Man, people go through stuff, man. What do you mean? Finances gonna change. Your money not be the same. He might get sick. She might get sick. Somebody might get injured. People mentally go through stuff. It's just what it is. People's hormones and bodies change. Women start going through menopause. People start having midlife crisis because their hairs is getting gray and hairs is falling out and things just change. You know, you've been laid up with the same person for X amount of years. That's why they say keep it spicy. Try new things. Because if this is what you committed to, this is for the, like they say, to death do us part, then you're gonna be laid up with this person for the rest of your life. And that's decades. That's decades. So you don't think you got to keep it spicy? You don't think you're going to have to do some things to keep him interested, to keep her going? You don't think so? Come here. I will slap the sense in you. That's the problem with America nowadays. It's all about ego. It's all about narcissism. It's all about pride. I'm out. I can't do this. I'm not going to tolerate this. Oh, shut the hell up. You got so many people right now talking about some, well, they just going to have to accept me for who I am. What you mean? Who going to have to accept you for who you are? To certain degrees, that is true. But for the most part, you should be willing and wanting to change. The right situation and partner is going to demand that of you. You have to be better. You came in the relationship one way. Now, in order for this to maintain itself, you're going to have to get better. What you mean? So you think that you've been selfish for X amount of years by yourself, and now you with somebody, you think you're going to keep being selfish? And that shit's supposed to last and stand the test of time with your ignorant ass being selfish? Come here. I will slap the sense in you. You know the hell it's not. You are narcissist, ego-driven, prideful, just off of that. You have to change. You have to adapt because you got to share this house. You got to share. This stuff is important, man. These kids are out here suffering. You had a whole generation of children in the 80s abandoned and came out crack babies and all type of stuff because of the previous generations, their parents' inability to put down their pride and ego, and they want to be partying and having a good time and getting hooked on drugs and not being responsible like their parents were. This is why we in the position we in. This is why we got so much poverty. You got to be able to trace things back. That's why I do not like to promote certain things. I don't like to just male bash or female bash, but I'm gonna tell the truth though. But whatever truth comes out, it's not about bashing. It's like, hopefully this will help you be aware so we can start making the situation better. As opposed to, just this, I don't want, I'm a boss, I can do this by myself, I'm good, shut your delusional, silly, narcissistic, ego-driven, prideful ass up. You are killing society right now with your stupidity. You got these old badass gang-banging ass kids that you finna, or even if you say, well, my sons are not gangbangers. Why are all of these women out here complaining about how sensitive men are? Who's raising them? You? Well, these men nowadays, they so sensitive. They want to act like women. I wonder why. Did they have a man around? The man that should have been around, what happened to him? I'm not gonna sit up here and let everybody sit up here and say, well, they all wasn't shit. Nah. There's gonna be some ain't shit men. Yeah, that's unfortunate, and we can't stand them. They do a disservice to the community too. But guess what? Some of y'all out there won't allow this man to be what he needs to be in that child's life because he's cool on you, and you weaponizing that relationship between the child. Fellas, some of y'all need to start stepping the hell up and take some pressure off of this woman, bro. What the hell is wrong with you? She probably got the child 90% of the damn time. So when she call you and ask you for a break, can she drop the baby off? She need this money for whatever. Why you can't do it? You can go buy them Jordans. You can buy that PlayStation. You can smoke that weed, but you can't bring her the money for your damn child. This is your child. Got your head, lips, eyes, nose, and everything. Look just like your silly ass. But you can't help her out. You can't take the baby for the weekend, for the week. You can't take the baby for the summer. She getting up every morning, taking the baby to school, picking the baby, getting the baby picked up from school, and still got to go to work, still got to come home and cook, still got to keep the house clean, still got to help the baby do homework. And you mean to tell me, bro, that you can't assist this woman? You disgust me, man. See, I won't slap the sense in you. I'll just, straight up. Straight up. You don't need me to slap the sense in you. You need me to beat you up. And I will too. I ain't the baddest, but I'm wanting to bring it. I'm wanting to bring it because you're destroying the community, man. I'm watching all of these property owners in these poverty-stricken cities and sections of the city worked hard to own this building, open up this laundromat, open up this store, and keep having these old silly, doofy, goofy, loofy ass gangbangers come tagging on the damn wall. You know how disrespectful that is? That you are the property owner of something and somebody keeps writing their gang and street name all on your stuff. They ain't pay for nothing. They don't pay for no property taxes. They ain't use their credit. They ain't nothing. They ain't put no money down, nothing. But they coming to tag on your shit and then got the nerve to say this they hood. Got the nerve to tell you that this is they hood. What did we just read when I just talked about not having two parents in a household? Didn't we talk about poverty? What was it? Poverty, behavior issues, psychological traumas and shit. Them gangbangers is crazy. Ain't got no respect. Like, bro, why are you tagging on this building, bro? You didn't buy this. You don't own this. You don't do no repairs around here. Nothing. You don't pay the property tax. Nothing. When the city inspectors come out, you're not the one sitting up here trying to help pass the inspection, but you got the nerve to say, yeah, this is my hood, though. Cub, Blood, S.A., Holmes, this is my hood. Come here, man. I would slap the sense in you. Shut the hell up. Shut your dumb, ignorant, illiterate, probably can't read or write ass up. Shit, go find your daddy so you can relieve some of this stress. You so angry, go find your daddy. Stop taking it out on people walking up and down the street, trying to get on the bus to go home. These kids coming from high school, you asking them where they from. Leave them alone. But he messed up. He or she, they messed up. We got to be able to co-parent this thing. We got to be able to come together. We got to do a better job. We got to do a better job. Even if you're married, do a better job at co-parenting. Have a set schedule. Whatever y'all's houses ran, whatever the schedule is, just be like, look, baby, on Monday and Tuesday, I got the house and the kids. Wednesday, Thursday, you got the house and the kids. We can alternate every other Fridays. Saturday, we have family day. Sunday, we all chilling. You know what I'm saying? I mean, compromise, man. But stop fucking being so damn selfish to the detriment of society, though. That's the problem. We got too many lazy, trifling dudes. We got too many prideful, narcissistic, ego-driven ass, inflated, delusional women. Just, I don't need nothing. Yes, you do. Every negative statistic, every survey, every research stat shows that you need a man. You the one too busy trying to be your kid's friend rather than a parent. Daddies is villains. Daddies is no. Can I do this, Dad? No. Can I do that, Dad? No. We the ones giving the discipline. If there's two parents in the household, guess which one is doing the getting that belt? Probably Daddy, which makes Daddy be the villain. And as a man, you have to be okay with that. See, a lot of women not okay with being a villain. They're not okay with that pressure, that energy of everybody looking at you like. Argh. Daddy got to stand tall, stand erect, stand on the square, and be like, yeah, I said what I said. I said no, and that's what it is. You can look at me crazy all you want. I don't care. I love you. You my son. You my daughter. Yeah, you can go to the movies. But you're not finna go to them damn movies and you ain't done your homework. You ain't done your chores. You ain't done what you're supposed to do. I'm not satisfied with your behavior, so you're not gonna do nothing until you do what you're supposed to do. What is that still in your child? Integrity, morals, principles, structure, discipline. All of the tools of success that you will need to being a successful adult. So why do you sit up here act like you can do it all by yourself when you can't? I would slap the sense in you, man. Cut the shit, man. Let's make our societies and our communities better, man. Let's just stop this bullshit, all right? So I could have went deeper, and I could have kept going because I got a whole bunch of stats, and I love when people try to, you know what I'm saying, say some shit like, you know what you talking about with it. Not only do we have the experiences from seeing with our own eyes, we got the statistics and the stats to back it up. So this ain't no bashing nothing. Hopefully, if you watch and subscribe to the channel, which I do, hope you do, hit the like button, subscribe, share, follow, all of that. This is just about making it better. This ain't about who's right, who's wrong. It's your fault. It's his fault. It's her fault. It's everybody's fault. Everybody's at fault because we are not doing a better job. I don't want to hear you far few in between mofos come up in here talking about well, I turned all right. Shut up. I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about as a whole. Overall, the majority is what we're talking about, not 1 out of 20. And then who said you are right? For you to not want to come together, for you to not want to get along, still shows the lack of maturity on your end. So no, you're not all right either. Come here. I will slap the sense into you. Shut your silly, doofy, goofy ass up. All right? Some of y'all probably shouldn't even have no kids because you too stupid. You too driven by ego and narcissism and pride. And it's like, for what? For what? All it's getting you is loneliness. It's just making you bitter. You so delusional. You would rather be by yourself. Like I said, you would rather have one eye than both your eyes. You would rather have one ear than both your ears. You would rather have one lung than both your lungs. That's how silly you are. That's how silly. You would rather have one arm than both of them. You would rather have 5 fingers than 10. You would rather have 5 toes than 10 toes and be 10 toes down. I mean, make it make sense. Make it make sense. So with that being said, I love y'all, man. I know it was a little early, 10 a.m. Hopefully I think this is a good way to start your weekend off. 10 a.m. start, you know what I'm saying? Wake up, get your brain rocked a little bit, like get smacked up. Here's some good informational stuff to help give you something to think about. Like so the next time you're talking to your child's father or speaking to your child's mother, speak to them. Let's try to work on speaking to them in a respectful tone. Let's work on making adjustments. Fellas, you're gonna have to get out of that stubbornness, fellas. Men, we can't be stubborn. We be like, nope. I'm tired of her. I'm tired of her shit. And probably rightfully so. But for the sake of the child, bro, you're gonna have to endure, bro. I know it's hard. You like, dang, bro, I've been enduring already. I know, bro. I know. But what's more important? You or this child right now. Is that your little girl? Is that your son? You love him? Yeah, I do, bro. I love my child. Okay, so you may not like the mama. Y'all may be at war, beef, whatever. But if there's some sacrifices that as a man you're going to have to drag that cross and pick it up and drag it, bro. Check your ego. You're going to get stung. Them thorns going to hurt. You're going to get them whips on your back. People may mock you. People going to make fun of you. You probably don't get no recognition for many years, but I promise you this. One day your kids going to grow up. And as long as you've been there and you've been fighting, they're going to get older and they're going to realize that, like, damn, man, my daddy is dope. My daddy has always been there. Even when I thought he wasn't, he was. And then you're going to get your flowers. And on that day, you're going to be so happy and ecstatic. It's going to be a while. It may be 20 years. And that's cold-blooded. It is. I ain't going to lie. It hurt. It do. It hurt. It hurt. It's painful. It is. Because you feel like, well, damn, why I gotta wait so long? This is my child. I'm really trying to be here, and this individual is just doing the most. That's all right, fellas. Put down that stubbornness. It's all right. You can endure it. I promise you can. It's worth it because it's your child. And if you feel like this is some BS, well, then make better decisions about not just who you lay with, but how you lay with them. Don't shoot the club up. I know it's great, but you got to look at don't do it. Just don't do it. Don't, because it ain't worth it, right? It ain't worth it. So with that being said, hopefully this will help y'all try to bring this thing together here. Show you some stats. It ain't bashing. It's just facts. It ain't bashing. It's just facts. And before I go, everybody understand this. Be careful who you trust. Because salt looks like sugar, but they'll both kill you. Peace.